Something like that. And then another idea of a song I have, I don't remember how I got it, but it's like a train across the Wild West. It's something like and these are like the wheels chugging down the track and anyway. So cowboy theme. Those are generally my ideas right now. I'm not playing it as well as I was when I wasn't recording it, but wait, hold on. I just love that and adding real emphasis to that part and kind of really softening it and expanding it at the right moments. It's really important to not play as hard as you can. You gotta tone it down so when you want emphasis on something, then you raise the tempo or the same thing with speed. It's really easy because if you look at really good players, they're very fast. And you think, well, I'm just going to increase my speed and that'll make me better playing. And then you play everything super fast and it doesn't have the heart and soul in it. Anyway, those are just documenting my experiments with music. Another interesting observation I just realized is this is kind of cool. This relates to music and spirituality. So I've always been in awe of throat singers, like Tibetan throat singers. I know they're from different areas, Mongolian throat singing, Tibetan. So I guess multiple cultures have, but the Tibetans, why them? Well, I started chanting Aum recently, and it's legit. It really is. Um, and as it's not it's Aum, and that's the key to it. And as you traverse through the shape of your mouth, you change it from ah to oo during the process. You just feel it vibrating through your body. It's really cool. I started noticing that the shape of my lips as I was changing this was causing polyphone tones, I think you would call them. And I've always just been like how do you teach somebody to do that? Like, because there's obviously some like, you know, gymnastics in your mouth that, you know, it's hard to explain. But I think that actually chanting Aum is probably where it came from because I'm much more aware of it, and I feel like just becoming aware of it and moving it slowly, you actually start to become more aware of the way the shape of your mouth and stuff affects. So it's something like and so on. And you don't have to make it as long as that. But anyway, that's kind of cool. So yeah, I could feel it right there. So those are my thoughts on music. I got some other thoughts that I want to get to. make some videos devoted to him, Eckhart Tolle, and I feel like I've red pilled on the guy. I hadn't really thought of him for many years, but when I came back to him and then I had a couple epiphanies and I was like, holy shit, this guy is not just not as enlightened as he thinks he is. This man is I think he's mostly he's benign, but I think he actually does do more harm than good to people on the spiritual path. Because I think that's it. Oh, I've arrived. I've now spiritually bypassed and I'm as enlightened. Anyway, another topic for another time. I want to talk about, definitely delve into spirituality. One was, I'll save that. Anything else that I can't think of right now? Start a new job. Just down the road. And that's pretty good. Oh, synchronicities related to the Ukrainian war. Had a slightly prophetic sync today. I don't know if I want to talk about it yet, but about what's going to happen next in with Russia and Europe and generally the world as a whole. Chechnya is going to be involved next. That's my prediction, in the city of Grozny. Anyway, that's the this would be the second time I've made a prediction using synchronicity. This one's a little bit more specific than the last one, so I'm putting it out there before, so I have a timestamp on it. I made this prediction. We'll see if this is a valid means of making a prediction. It's not so much to prove, and like I put it on Facebook. I said, I'm not going to say why, but here's my prediction. And the last time it was related to the 222, February 22nd on a Tuesday, 2022. I didn't tell anybody about it, and it was vague. But if you say, oh yeah, I predicted this beforehand, somebody could say, well, did you really? Maybe you kind of had an idea, and it's just confirmation bias. But if I say it very clearly from the outset, I'm not trying to say I told you so. I just want to just kind of demonstrate that it works objectively. I'm not going around there preaching to people about it. But if there is a chance to make a falsifiable, I find it fascinating, and it gives me a lot of trust in my own intuitive ability and to read signs and to having a prophetic gift. So that's that. It's finally spring. I'm finally working again. And I've been in a pretty dark place recently, more so than in a while. I think being unemployed for a while certainly adds to that. But I feel like in the last year, the most life-defining crisis that I have ever experienced, and it's still coming back to haunt me a bit. Like, am I really hopeless? Like, am I like? I had never realized how effed my entire life has been, and I don't see much hope for myself, because it's like once you become aware of certain things, anyway, that's another topic. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, I feel like it had to be extreme for me to be willing to let go and awaken. I'm not going to say enlightenment, but that process of awakening, which ultimately does lead to enlightenment. So it is an enlightening. There can be precise moments of enlightenment that last, but it's a little bit more complex than that. To not to continue hardcore on the spiritual path, and if it didn't get this extreme, I might not. I would just kind of settle up and be cozy and be like, well, I guess I'm okay now. And if my path has been, karma has brought me on this path, so clearly I'm on the path to something. And so I think that it's taking longer than I thought it would. I thought that I was out of the woods beginning of this year. It seemed like everything was coming together, but I've had to. There's still areas of darkness within me that still need to be dealt with. So anyway, yeah, there's that. So in conclusion to that, there is no up without down. There is no yin without yang. And everything ultimately finds harmony and balance. And if I have been that far out of balance in just complete darkness and emptiness, in the despairing kind of emptiness, not the peaceful emptiness, then I think that the storeroom of heaven is built up, because I haven't been able to build up my treasures on earth, and so I've kind of had to put them in the kingdom because I don't really have hope for much else. And hopefully it happens so before I die. But anyway, I think that this last dark period happens all the time. I'm like, oh, this was just the last dark period that I had to get through in order to. But those can happen over and over and over again. Those, you go through a dark period, you come to light, and then you get plunged back into darkness and more stuff that you're dealing with, and you're not. I'm talking about. I'm hoping that I'm really at the last stages of the journey to where I can just be at peace. That's what I'm looking for. It's like I have not been actually happy since like I was a child. Maybe past childhood, but my life it's become dull and colorless, and mania and psychedelics and drugs don't compare to the joy that you have as a child, on a nice spring day, and everything is perfectly all right with the world. There's nothing there that like nags on you at the back of your mind. You can't relax. It's not like it's telling you. It's not letting you. It's in control of your body and brain, and I want to regain that, and I can't. I refuse to wait any longer. I'm not gonna tolerate whatever it takes. And anyway, so those are my thoughts on life. I'm definitely caffeinated, so that's why I'm feeling energetic, which is a nice change. My drawing is coming back. I've started just drawing some little sketches, so it's there. Meaning I'm not in a vortex of doom. I can actually do things to manifest Start sleeping outside in the woods, I think, where the turkeys roost. It'd be entertaining to watch them. Yeah, I'm gonna start to become like a real outdoorser. Just anyway, so yeah, so those are all my thoughts and songs. Peace.